benepen? Okay, I sound weird apparently. Okay, there's a lot of space here too, so thank you. So, thank you everyone for being here. Welcome at Space Campus. Let's see if it's not working. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay. No, it's not working. The slides aren't working. Oh, now they are. Okay, good start. So, yeah, Esther's not here and now everything's going wrong, I guess, apparently. So, welcome everyone. Yeah, who has not been here before at the Network and Drinks? That's nice. And who has actually been to the Space Week? That's not even that many. Okay, nice. So a lot of new networking today. That's nice. So welcome. I'm just going to go through a couple of updates. Then we have some pitches. Of course, before the pitches, I'm going to introduce you to the new director. And after the pitches, there will be updates by SBIC. And then the most important part is the networking, of course. So, well, some people have been to the Space Week. It was a really great week. There's been over 10,000 people actually went to the campus. And we have a great after movie that's been online since a couple of days. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see your face because you've been into the event, please have a look. And we're already preparing for another one next year. Also, a couple of upcoming events, like I said. One of the things that's really important to us, we're going to Bremen. Who's going to Bremen? That's not very many. All right. Well, please join us at the event in Lugger. We have a special event together with ISABIC Noordwijk and ISABIC Northern Germany, where we specifically host an event for startups and young professionals. So if you are still somehow planning to go to Bremen, please join us. And of course, the next one, I'm going to do it chronologically. The next Space Campus Network and Drinks 24th of November, and that's also, you can say goodbye to Esther there. And it's also we're going to celebrate the 10-year success of Lens here. And also something nice for students and researchers, the LDI Space Day. So the entire day is for researchers. We have actually 2 curiosity events. What? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So if anyone's interested in a digital twin Earth, to talk about the research, ISA is doing a project on it. ISA is also doing a Solaris project. And we are doing a workshop for the Lab, where Raoul is the owner of. So if you have any questions about Lab, you should ask him. This is Raoul. Can you please raise your hand? Yes. And in the evening, we have an event specifically for students. So if you're a student and you want to get to know the industry and you want to get to know companies, this is really the place to be. And also we have, actually I wrote it down, the Defense Innovation Competition this year was about space, and the 5 finalists were S&T, Cohere Consultants, AAC Clyde, Hyperion, Dawn, and ISIS. And if you're really interested to see who's going to win the 200,000 euro prize, just come to me and I'll send you an invite. So now it's working, right? We're not, okay. So now I'm going to introduce Marc. Marc is the new director.
Thank you. I thought you were going to introduce me and now I get a microphone. Okay. Hi guys, it's great to see you here. Somehow in my head I have this picture that you're all here for me, but of course that's not true. So I will not keep you waiting for too long for the next part of the program, but I'll be here for, well, the next couple of years, probably. So if you are not able to speak to me tonight, we will get a meeting somewhere in the coming weeks or months or years. Anyhow, I'd like to speak to you all, to know what you're doing, to see how we at the NL Space Campus can better facilitate you or help you. So please don't hesitate to come to me. Well, we know how the email addresses work. It's the first letter of the first name, and then the rest. My name is a bit hard to spell, but it's a lot better if you just think this W is an F, Sandelowsky, then it's very easy to remember and to write. Just remember that's a W. That's it for now. I hope you will be able to find me, because I am really looking forward to hearing your ideas and tips, and also the maybe comments or the criticism you have. So, well, this is the moment to give it. Okay, give it back to you, Maaike.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, nice. I didn't even know that about his name. That's nice to know. So, one of the most important parts now is the pitches, and the first one is Caspar. So please talk into the microphone so people at home can really hear you.
Do I need to stand on the stage, or?
Whatever you like.
Handsful.
William,
Ik doe het zonder microfoon. Is dat haalbaar of niet? Can people hear me well? Dankjewel. Okay. I think we're all here from the space industry, if I'm not mistaken. So you probably all recognize the challenge to meet experienced engineers that understand your machinery and have worked before with your test equipment and can improve it, where to find them. Well, I'm Caspar Hoppe. I'm General Manager for Clemency Netherlands BV. And I'm just one person, as you can see, but our company represents 66,000 engineers with experienced and ready to help you out in our pool. Just to click a button. There it goes. So a bit of confusion first. I said I'm part of Clemency, and Clemency has a parent company called Eiffage, by origins a French company, but very international. As I said, 66,000 people all over the world, with about 4 major divisions. Constructions, large construction sites, highly sophisticated infrastructure like tunnels and bridges, for example. Energy systems, where there's photovoltaic, like zonnevelden, zonnepaneelvelden, nuclear as well, and Clemency spatial industry solutions falls within energy systems. And besides that, we have a peculiar thing that makes people in France recognize the name Eiffage very easily, because they say Eiffage from the autoroutes. We have concessions whereby you have to pay Eiffage for the construction of the autoroutes in France. But to come back to the space segment, I think in general it's good to remember that Clemency is mainly focusing on the ground segment. On the left-hand side you see the elements that you probably recognize from the missions and ESA stories. On the right-hand side are our products and services. It's a company with a background in EE, electrical engineering, so we're specialized in high voltage, low voltage, but particularly known because we're involved with the constructions and the solutions around the Ariane launches in Guyana since '65 already, so that's quite a while. We also have some turnkey products, for example, control command systems and EGSE validation equipment, and we're specialized in making custom test benches. So, for example, we were together with Ariane Group, we designed and produced the nozzle production factory in Bordeaux, which is quite big. And on top of that, we do some specific services, like, for example, reliability studies called RAMS, very exciting name for, you know, a methodology that's supposed to identify failures and mistakes. And these are some of the references. There's too much to discuss. I have 3 minutes, right, Maaike? So I won't go through everything. What's maybe nice to mention is we're already for a while involved in work on the large space simulator and the Phoenix installations just across the gates at ESA. And that, as many companies, we've developed our products also from a background of defense. So, for example, the control command system is highly sophisticated, came out of missile tests in defense and then lifted over into space industry. Maybe you've heard about the test bench in Guyana, where our all test and validation equipment is part of the whole setup in Guyana as well. But maybe more relevant, coming to Clemency, Netherlands, why are we here, right? Well, I have to say that it seems that I'm new, or that Clemency is more present since recently, but it's already been a decision in 2018 for the management of Clemency to have an office in the Netherlands, simply because we haven't been very clever at being close to ESA. We work with another group of companies, the industrial partners like Ariane Group, but not necessarily close enough to ESA to be early on involved and understand what missions are upcoming, so that we understand the ITTs better, for example. But there's one thing specific and not uncommon in the Netherlands. You're in the Netherlands, we are in the Netherlands also because we're part of the frame contract for ESA to provide staff. As many companies here, but we've taken a decision around that. There are many companies that provide any type of interim services, engineering, or even support services to ESA. And we said, okay, is that what we want to do? Do we want to be the Randstad of ESA? No, we want to have a specific goal. So a couple of French slides, why not? There's a few French people in the audience. Anyway, I stole this one from a presentation I did in Mulhouse. What is the vision? Well, if you want to establish yourself as an office in the Netherlands, I think one of the main goals is to contribute to that famous ecosystem in the Netherlands. You need to add something, right? So we've formulated in France the agreed goal that Clemency Netherlands needs to contribute services and make the Dutch ecosystem stronger. I like that a lot. And we want to be a supplier of staff in a more sustainable way. As I said, not short-term interim, but on longer-term assignments on specific services. And I've analyzed, as one of the first activities, I've analyzed what could be themes that are relevant in the Netherlands, more relevant, close to our services that we're strong at, and close to services that are strong in a couple of Dutch companies. And based on that analysis, I've also started talking to a few companies to make sure that together we can get stronger in these areas. I've covered them up a bit because, you know, it's been a bit of work and I don't want to reveal too early what we're going to focus on, but I'll get back about that. So a couple of the first results. I've entered a picture because one of the themes that we wanted to work on were these famous reliability studies, RAMs. And one of the ways to do that is to participate in the conferences of ESA. We're not really used to that. We're not a company that really goes up front early to participate and present at these conferences. We took the step to do that with a great result, also back at the office, to motivate people, get inspired, work on their roadmaps, etc. So that's already a result. An office close to ESA, as I mentioned, and one of the big changes, first the Dutch BV had a French manager. They shifted over to a Dutch manager, being me. And I think that's good because you're better at understanding how Dutch ecosystems work with the institutions like Space Campus around it, so you can work together. Oh, a couple of movements. Anyways, I was just at a pitch workshop before I did this, and I can tell to everyone, do not go to a pitch workshop just before you need to do your pitch because you think, oh my God, my pitch is shit. But what I learned, you need to end it off with a call to action. So I think my call to action is, I'd like to know and get to know all the companies that would like to work together to make sure that together also you possibly have better access to ESA to place your engineers close to projects and positions within ESA. I think if you're smaller or not necessarily large interim company, I'd like to talk to you and to find out how we can achieve that together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So, hey everybody, my name is Joshua Kelly and I'm here representing 4F Studio. We're not quite as large of a company as Eiffage. We're only small. Kim is my partner. She's also in the photograph there. So how I ended up on this stage is that we entered a student design challenge, I think it was in December or something, and we asked the question, what if we could grow food with waste light? And the result of this was the Lighthouse, which was a speculative design piece, which was a street lamp that uses a street light to grow algae. Yeah? Up or down? Yeah? Is this okay? Yeah, so this was the winner of the competition. It was part of the permanent exhibition at the Floriade. It went to base to exhibit at Milan Design Week, and now it's currently at Dutch Design Week in Manifestations, which is the top event of the week. But how does this actually relate to space? Well, this is a photograph comparing left, a photo with normal infrastructure around street lighting, and on the right during a blackout. So what we think is very interesting is that most kids of today's society will never get to see the Milky Way because of the afterglow from our infrastructure. So what we would like to do is to remove some of the lighting. We don't think that we should be making street lights into bioreactors. That's a stupid idea. And we call it the Lighthouse because you're not supposed to go towards lighthouses, but actually away, because that signifies danger. It's a bit of an arty piece, so I just thought I'd explain that, you know. But currently we're working with the Dark Sky project, which is again about reducing light pollution in the North Sea area. And what we're actually developing is what we're calling the microbial garden, which is food products which we're developing with the co-founder of the Vegetarische Slager, I hope I said that okay, and home bioreactors, because we don't want to put bioreactors on the street, but we actually want to enable people to use the same electricity that they could be using to light their street to grow food in their own home. We already have developed a couple of food products that we were testing at the Floriade and at the Weekend van de Wetenschap, and we also had it at ASA Space Week in the NL Space Tent. If you want to come and visit us, we have our studio located in what was the first, the proof colony of the Netherlands, depending on who you talk to. No, it was a crazy experiment, but I think it's a really interesting place. It's very layered. It's a very culturally interesting place, and 1 in 16 people can trace their roots back to it. But if you want to come and visit us, that's where you'll find us. So thanks very much, guys.
Thank you. So we have one, that's Raoul, because we have some developments, finally.
Yes, thanks a lot, Maaike. Activation open field, it says. You have heard this term probably a zillion times already on almost all the network endings. Many people start any conversation with me, hey Raoul, what's about the grass? I told you already before, I can't hear it anymore. But the good news is I don't have to listen to that question anymore, and I don't have to answer it anymore, because the grass will start to change. And I'm going to do one slide presentation only, Maaike, so 3 minutes is really going to work. If you look out here, you'll recognize this street that goes over the field. ATG building for reference, we're here at this moment. You'll see this circle, big square, big circle, sorry. Our event plaza, so soon, and I hope really by the time the weather gets even warmer than at this season, we can go outside again, and we can actually have one of these network and drinks outside. This is going to materialize. We're in the permit phase, as you can see now. So soon we'll start contacting contractors to actually start doing this. The gemeente will lead this action and make sure that the plaza will come with some walkways going to SBIC and the other sites, the satellite building, ATG site. And you see a small sketch over here that is way too detailed to be on this plot, but the good news there also is that the activation open field will immediately be followed by the start of creating the Fab Lab. Also the Fab Lab we have seen presentations of before. Hannah Lack is leading that activity in the foundation that has been set up now. So the board has been selected there, and actually the architect is on the job at this moment to finalize the permit drawings. So maybe in a year from now, that field will look very much different from what it looks now. And well, I think that's a fantastic point, because that is the traction we hoped for. That signifies that we have new space for parties to start doing new things and programs that we all dream of here. So yeah, I'm very happy with the step, and don't forget that if you take a next drink at the bar, that maybe you should toast a little bit on this here. Yeah, I know it's a small step, but it's a big one, I think. Thank you.
It's indeed a small step, but it's a very important step, and I'm really looking forward to the barbecue on the open field. First of all, so my name is Martijn Lijnweber. I'm the CEO of Esbik Noordwijk. For those who have never been into this building, welcome to our building where we also have our location on this site. I'm going to share you some updates. Unfortunately, our programs for this year, all the selections and the application deadlines have been passed. Last night was the last program for 2022, but of course in 2023 we will open some new applications. But there again, there's still some interesting opportunities for you. So the first question, whoever participated at a hackathon? Marieke? Oh, that's not much. Who is intent to participate at a hackathon? And is okay. For those who are in doubt, we're going to organize Act in Space here in the Netherlands. We are doing the Dutch location is going to be a worldwide hackathon where you're going to work on patents from CNES or from the European Space Agency. For those who are not convinced why I should participate at a hackathon, to be honest, there are a lot of people here, or there are some people here who participate in a hackathon also from different backgrounds. It doesn't matter if you're technical skilled, if you're a designer, if you're an entrepreneur. It's a really cool and nice experience to learn and train your soft skills. Also to meet other people and maybe to get some new ideas. For this week, there's a pre-event with our friends at Plant Leiden. It's on the, I need to check for the date, sorry. On the 8th of November, pre-event where you can maybe learn some potential team members, but also learn a little bit more about the hackathon itself. The hackathon itself will take place on the 18th and 19th November as well in Plant Leiden. And maybe for those who are not convinced yet, the winning prize is, the overall winning prize, you can win a parabolic flight. So for those who don't get sick from flying and are looking forward to it, I will definitely participate. And next to that, another update where we're going to do, for those who are interested about the latest data about CubeSats, we're going to organize a masterclass CubeSats. It's free for our community members. For those who are not a community member, you can also participate because we are selling tickets for this masterclass, or you just become a member of our community. Those are for us the main important updates. Of course, maybe at the bar at the back you see some, how do you call that prickboard in the, prickboard, how do you call it in English? Huh? Okay, there's a bullet board? Bullet board. Okay, there's some boards at the back where there's some cards where you can share, I'm looking for, I'm offering, I would like to know more about. Put it over there, some others can take a look at it. They can contact you, and this is what it's all about. It's all about networking now. Am I right? Okay, and enjoy the networking, and also hopefully to see you at least at the next event. But before that, if there are some questions you have about our activities, please feel free to reach out to me. And furthermore, enjoy the networking.
Yeah, enjoy networking.